Well, week one of the NFL season is in the books. A week filled with injuries, surprises, and still a few I told you so's from the K-Mish. Drake's new favorite team will have to weather the majority of the season without David Johnson. But on the bright side, Ezekiel Elliott's back.
Zeke, touchdown.
AP is on the Saints, but they don't seem to care.
They stick with Peterson and he gets stopped.
Marshawn Lynch is back as a Raider and looks like he might have gotten better.
Boom! I'm back, baby! I'm beat.
Austin Hooper is doing his best Marshawn Lynch impersonations.
It's a foot race. Stiff arm against.
And Cole Beasley made a grab so stupid that even OBJ got jealous. But the true highlight of week one was the Fighting Fizdale, who defeated the defending champion Drake's new favorite team and scored more points than any other team in the league in week one after the majority of his peers voted him to finish dead last in the league this year. Here's Coach Fizdale with his comments at the post-game press conference.
My guys dug in that game and earned the right to be in that game, and they did not even give us a chance. Take that for data.
Keep stacking those wins, Fighting Fizdales. On the prediction front, I correctly predicted myself beating Titties and Beer. That one was easy. The North Park Crying Jordans over Hurricane L again, another easy pick. Cream Hunt's 46-point performance proved not to be enough for Eating Cats Kicking Peaches, as Just Win Maybe pulls off the win by just the slimmest of margins. Fighting Fizdale shocked the world and me in beating Drake's new favorite team. And while Tom Brady was disappointing in week one for Chalupa Batman, Pass Me the Blunt's leading performer was Jonathan Stewart, which is never going to get you a win. In our final game, despite missing OBJ due to injury, Start of a Dynasty showed why he was one of the top two teams last year, in an impressive victory over Cuddy Belcow. So there's your standings after week one. Still early going, but the rest of the country looks very similar to last year, while the San Diego boys only seem to be missing Drake's new favorite team from the top of their list. It's time for week two's K-Mish predictions. Here we go. Fighting Fizdales are feeling pretty good after their win last week. Maybe a bit too good. Plus, Brandon Cooks is headed back to face his old team in the Saints. And Eating Cats Kicking Peaches got to be out for revenge after losing by 1/10 of a point last week to Just Win Maybe's performance from CJ Anderson. The Fighting Fizdales might be writing chapter 2 of their underdog book, but I'm not going to read it. At least not yet. I'll take Eating Cats Kicking Peaches this week. Will Le'Veon Bell be 2017's Todd Gurley of 2016? I think there's a better chance that Alex Smith ends up being a bust after his impressive week one. And at least for this week, he's going to disappoint Pass Me the Blunt en route to a Cuddy Belcow victory. Not the best defensive matchups for Dear DeMarco I Miss You this week. Kirk Cousins gets the Rams, Dez Bryant against the Broncos. Plus, I don't think anybody would be surprised if Tom Brady went all Will Chamberlain on us and scored 100 points versus the Saints this week. It takes a grown man to pick against himself, and while I lack the ability to grow facial hair, I can still step it up sometimes. I'll take Chalupa Batman in this one. Just Win Maybe has 7 out of the 10 check marks for matchup advantage this week, with the 3 that are in favor of the Crying Jordans are Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, and Julio Jones. That's enough for me. I'll take the Crying Jordans. Start of a Dynasty going a second week in a row with OBJ out of the lineup, which would be cause for concern if Titties and Beer didn't have a running back by committee that included Andre Ellington, Paul Perkins, and apparently Adrian Peterson, who's now on the bench. Another easy pick for me. I'll take the Start of a Dynasty in this one. In our final matchup, Hurricane L plays Drake's new favorite team in this week's Game of the Week. Drake's new favorite team coming off a rough week one, losing David Johnson. This week, a few tough matchups as well, with Ezekiel Elliott versus the Denver Broncos, T.Y. Hilton against Arizona's defense, and Alshon versus the Chiefs. Meanwhile, Hurricane L, who's playing for something, has Jay Ajayi making his season debut. Will the Miami running back make Hurricane L proud? Or will Hurricane Irma continue to be the sign of bad things to come for Hurricane L? Or will the fact that the owners for both teams are both San Diego State alum be a bad omen for both of their teams this season? Let's ask celebrity picker Will Ferrell for his opinion.
Air Force, let's face facts. They lost to San Diego State. Okay, so there's no chance.
And finally, it's time to bring back your favorite segment, Fantasy Advice from a Non-Fantasy Expert. Fresh off his first win in his young MFL career, here is the Fighting Fizdales.
Gentlemen, happy 2017 season to you. Week one's in the books, and I'm here for the first installment of Fantasy Advice from a Non-Fantasy Expert. My first tip, don't panic. Maybe you kept AP and he played all of 9 snaps. Or maybe you drafted Lamar Miller and realized there's no way this guy makes it to week 4. Don't panic. It's a long season. Work the waiver wire. You'll be all right. Number 2, size does matter. Not talking about the size of your wideouts and how tall they are, the defensive ends of your running backs. I'm talking about your draft sheets. A lot of you came unprepared. Go to FedEx, get the 14 by whatever, get the biggest size they had. You didn't notice I came prepared this year, okay? Don't show up with just a depth chart. It's not going to cut it. No 8 by 11s. Spend $40, get yourself a nice big draft sheet. Come prepared next year. You'll win the championship. That's all I got. Go Fighting Fizdales.